Service dogs are some of the unsung heroes of the American military. They've been working in war zones with U.S. troops since World War II.
And many of our returning veterans who served in Europe and Vietnam and definitely in Iraq and Afghanistan owe their lives to the talents of working dogs. Now, some laws have been passed to help the fate of the dogs when they come home. However, soldiers say those dogs deserve more.
WRAL's Layla Santiago shows us what a local congressman wants to happen next.
Therapy dogs here. Would you like a visit?
At Womack Army Medical Center, man's best friend can sometimes do what medicine cannot. This is Britt. He's a therapy dog and always finds a way into the hearts of soldiers in this hospital. Britt's owner and military wife, Jasmine Russell, sees it every time.
For that little bit, they feel a little happiness. It's not, so bad. For just a little.
First-class specialist Alfonso Campbell is in the hospital for a leg wound. He doesn't have family in North Carolina, so Britt is one of his few visitors. And there's another reason the two have a special connection.
When they realized he's one of theirs, there's a different bond.
It's almost an instant bond, because when they meet, the introduction includes this.
He'd been for 8 years in the military.
Britt was once among them, serving as one of the highly trained military working dogs that sniffs out narcotics. At some point in his military career, he was even given this.
Britt's little medal.
A medal for service in combat.
They walked ahead of a whole bunch of troops, detecting explosives without the dogs. A lot of the troops would have never come home.
Russell adopted Britt when a leg injury forced the Army to retire him. In her eyes, he will always be a hero, a true soldier.
But the Department of Defense classifies dogs like Britt as equipment, and Russell wants that to change.
Those dogs should be considered a soldier, and not just a computer, a desk, a number, and this is all they are.
We need to get these animals reclassified instead of being seen as equipment.
Congressman Walter Jones of North Carolina proposed new legislation for the retired dogs last year. Part of it passed. The dogs now get medical care and transportation is provided for adoption. But military working dogs are still classified as equipment instead of the proposed canine members of the armed forces classification.
So we're going to continue to push. And the Secretary has the authority. If he determines that we should reclassify.
According to Representative Jones, it would not cost taxpayers anything.
The cost is not that big a factor for this reason. The legislation sets up nonprofits who can participate in the taking care of these animals after these animals leave the military.
And so the push continues for Representative Jones, Russell, and Britt's soldier friends. Because for these soldiers, Britt is not equipment. In fact, he's not even just a dog. He is one of them.
If this is my dog, I'll classify him as my brother.
Layla Santiago reporting.